What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, another episode, another day of McGrath fishing. So today's video is sponsored by Follow the Action. As you can tell by the title, it is a catch and cook. I've been wanting to try this catch and cook all year long, and I'm finally getting around to doing it today. So I quickly want to apologize for like the raspiness or whatever you want to say like in my voice. I'm a little bit sick, kind of getting over it. So we're gonna get this stuff ready, head over to the pond, do a little fishing, probably get about 10 to 20 bluegill. The big ones, obviously, and then we're gonna come back here and do the catch and cook. As you all know, the big walleye, the spawn walleyes, is coming very soon. We probably have about 3 to 4 weeks before the big walleyes come out to play. So if you guys wanna stock up on some walleye gear, head over to followtheaction.com. They have some awesome walleye gear, Walleye Hunter, and it's amazing. It's all hand-drawn, custom. They seriously have the most coolest designs, most badass designs, and I love wearing it. So get your guys' walleye gear before the season starts at followtheaction.com. Use promo code McGrathFish to save 15% off on your order. Alright, so before I hit the pond, I wanted to grab a chocolate milk and some beef jerky, but the only chocolate milk they had was a damn half gallon. So it looks like I'm going out in the ice with a half gallon of chocolate milk. No big deal. Alright guys, well I just fell through the ice. My boot is completely soaked now. Luckily it was only about a foot deep, so it's not like I actually fell through, but I don't know if I'm able to do this now. I'm gonna walk to the other side and see if I can get out on that side, but this is kind of... What I think is happening is just because everything's melted, so I think that just like the edges are pretty much like open water now, or like super thin ice. So I got a sopping wet boot. I'm gonna see if I can get out over on this side. It does not look too good though. Oh God. All right, I'm gonna go get my bucket to sit on. I actually found, okay, so in the middle, the ice is like 6 inches thick, so it's decent out in the middle, but that side over there is so thin. So I'm gonna go get my bucket and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so didn't even have the camera on. First eater of the day. The pole I'm using today is a St. Croix Legend Black. The wind is like cutting right in my eyes right now. My eye will not stop watering. There we go. There we go. This one's probably the biggest of the day. Probably about 9-10 inches. That's 3 so far. Dang. This is probably the biggest of the day right here. That's probably a 10-inch bluegill. This is probably the sketchiest ice I've actually ever been on. There's like some open water spots like that come deep off the shoreline. So a really good tip that I found that works for me when bluegill fishing is when you know there's fish in that spot ranging from 6 all the way down to the bottom, which would be 12 feet in my exact spot. So what I found works the best is when you know there's fish there, instead of just dead sticking or like jigging just kind of like straight like this, sometimes reeling up just a few cranks, giving it like 1 or 2 shakes could trigger a bite right away. I would say the trickiest part about fishing without a sonar is knowing you have a fish on your bait about to bite, doing little things by just like either jigging it or pulling it up just a little bit like I was talking about before. There's certain things you can do to trigger a bite, so like that would be like the only downside of not having a sonar is you don't really know if there's a fish on your bait, so it's pretty much just like the whole feel is what I'm doing right now. Okay, did you see that? Oh, it popped off. I had a little bit nibbles. I came up that time about 6 inches. They come right away and they take it. All right, I'm not crying, I promise. I still can't get my eye to stop watering. That is gonna do it for the 2020 ice season, guys. We're gonna finish this season off strong with the catch and cook. I wanted to try this catch and cook all year long and I'm finally doing it. So I got a decent amount of bluegills, 7 bluegills. So I'm gonna take these back and then probably shower and then we're gonna fry these up. So the first part of this epi is complete. I'll see you guys back at home. So I put down down 2 pieces like cardboard, or not cardboard, like high quality paper, like 14-point paper. I just know that from the printing industry. So taped it down. So then look, when I'm done, I can literally grab this edge, rip it up, and fold it when I'm done. So I'm gonna fillet these fish. All right, so I waited until the next morning to fillet these fish because a lot of you will say you can cut the gills, rip out the gills, let them bleed out in the ice. I actually learned something last year or 2 years ago, back in 2018, where if you put them on the ice, they'll actually like not bleed out that way, but when the meat gets like kind of frozen, there's no blood in your meat. So it's like the cleanest meat by freezing them overnight and doing it the next day. The fish is still fresh, still tastes amazing, and yeah, so I'm gonna fillet these fish up and then we'll go inside and cook them. I'm doing a new recipe today. I'm only gonna try like 1 or 2 pieces just because it may not be the best, I don't know. So we're gonna try it and all right, let's get these fish filleted up. Okay, so as you can tell, there's no red, no blood, nothing in this meat. It is clean and perfect. Like I said, you put them on the ice overnight, and you kind of avoid all that blood. You can bleed them out. You can do it that way, but I find it's the easiest to fillet these fish after freezing them like that. So look, as you can tell, if you look at this backbone right here, I left absolutely nothing, got the skin perfect off, got all the meat off this bluegill down to the bones. Perfection. So quick tutorial, I like to go behind the ear quick, kind of just get my cut started, and then I'm gonna go down the backbone super carefully, all the way down. So like if I push my knife here, I'm already on that backbone. So then I get to about where the tail ends right here, kind of where the tail starts to form, or where the fin starts to fade off and the tail forms. And then I like to, see, when I'm doing this, I'm leaving no meat behind and just getting my cut, so it's a little bit easier. But then right here, I'm gonna slide my knife through. A lot of the times you can leave that. I usually just kind of cut it because I'm pretty good at taking the rib cage out. So now once I got that kind of all the way halfway through, look, I'll finish out my cut. I left a little belly meat right there because I kind of rushed it when I made that cut. But then I still got it connected to the tail. Oh, there we go. Oop, forgot to take the rib cage out. Look at that. That is a perfect fillet, no bones, and I saved as much meat as possible. Granted, this is like no meat right here. Nice thick piece of meat, boneless, and ready for the pan. So look, comes up just like that. Look at that, no mess whatsoever. Just gonna throw this in the garbage. All right, so I'm gonna put about a little less than a half stick of butter. Pretty much 3.5 tablespoons. So I got my meat right here. I'm gonna dab it like this. All right, so now I'm gonna take 1 egg. Haven't cracked an egg in probably like 4 years. All right, so I'm gonna whisk this egg. Splash of milk. The main part that I wanted to try, I've seen a ton of people do CHEETOS, obviously the panko, a ton of different breading, like Italian breading stuff, and they could also do like Doritos. And I want to try, I love hot food. I always do the Cajun and the butter, but for the last ice catch and cook of this year of 2020, I wanted to try the hot Cheetos. So shout out to Matt for being behind the camera today. I think the best way to break these up All right, so it wouldn't be a catch and cook if I didn't use the Tonys. So what I'm gonna do is put a decent amount in the hot Cheetos and then mix this up. I think the Tonys will definitely give it that kick. A little bit more. Oh my God, it's burning my nose hairs. It wouldn't be a catch and cook without your favorite beverage, the Rona season.
Coronavirus.
All right, so you're gonna dip our filet in the egg and the milk. Get all nice and sloppy. All right, so that's our first one, and that looks absolutely fire. Rona break. So my butter over there is not absolutely frying. I have it super turned down because I want to get these all kind of breaded up, ready to go before I start the cooking, so I'm not kind of bouncing back and forth. Rona break. I don't know if you do have this in your house, you might not, but if your house, you don't want it to smell like a lot of people have fans up here. We have this right here. Sucks the smell right out.
I mean, did you draw that?
Don't show people that. You want some tea. So you want your fish white and flaky. So if you see right here, that is perfectly white and flaky. I gotta get these other pieces off. Holy! All right guys, this is the first time I'm trying the hot Cheeto breading. Looks amazing. This is Bluegill. I swear to God, it's amazing. It's actually really good. If the Cajun was like a 9 out of 10, I'd probably give this like an 8.2. This is really good. You taste the hot Cheeto flavor, the fish flavor, that little bit of that Cajun I put in there. Highly would recommend trying this. It's really good. All right, so one thing about Meg is that she will never beat around the bush. She's either gonna say this is good or this is shitty. She's gonna say it how it is, and don't mind her voice right now. She lost it a little bit, but all right, Meg. Is that good or bad?
It actually really is not bad.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. It's crunchy, and I think without the Cajun, it would not be good.
No?
No.
So you can taste the Cajun then?
Yeah.
What do you think of like the actual hot Cheeto breading?
I feel like it doesn't really taste like how you would think. It doesn't really taste like hot Cheetos, like where it like burns the out of your mouth. Like I don't like need a water right now, but it's good.
Not being a rookie score, what would you give it out of 10?
Like a 9.
A 9?
I think it's pretty good.
So you do like it then?
I think it's pretty good. But so, I feel like the cooking it takes away this how spicy hot Cheetos really are.
I think what actually makes it as spicy as it is the Cajun. Mm-hmm. This might be my new go-to recipe.
Oh no. 3 in the morning, this is what you're gonna be making.
Meg, I'm going to the pond, I'll be back. Perfectly well cooked. Mm-hmm. Solid. I'm gonna move my score. I'm saying this is an 8.7 out of 10.
If I was comparing it to the Chilean sea bass, this would be like a 6. But that's like
Parker on the video. I just think fish tastes better when you put it in the cooler, you freeze it, or not freeze it, you put it in the cooler overnight, let the fish die like on their own, and then like, I don't know, I don't like bleeding them out. I just think that you still have like the blood somewhere like in there. I think when you freeze it, it's easier to fillet, the meat tastes better, and it's still just as fresh. Like I caught these fish, so 22 hours ago, and it's amazing. Crunchy, spicy, deliciousness.
Everything you could ask for.
There's one thing missing.
Oh no.
No, everything I can ask for. When you guys fire up this recipe, be sure to send me the link. Let them know who told you about this recipe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching Colorado Fisher. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at McGrath Fishing, tweet me at McGrath Fishing, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and tune in next week. As always, new videos every Tuesday and Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. Matt, what should they do at Tuesday and Friday at 4 o'clock p.m.?
Watch the video.
Watch every single video, please. Thank you guys. Giveaways coming soon, and that's it. Peace.
Barker, can you Photoshop me?
Barker, pop something like stupid over her face.